Alright everybody, let's talk about competition. But I'm not talking about my other hosts, my buddies, my competition, but still my buddies. I'm talking about hotels. AirDNA just put out an article. It says the 3 things you need to know about your lodging competition in 2023. And again, they're not talking about fellow hosts, they're talking about the hotels. Now Airbnb was originally started as a cheaper alternative to hotels. Remember that, cheaper alternative to hotels. Are they cheaper now? In fact, a survey was done by Upgraded Points, and guess what they found? 46 out of the 50 major cities, hotels are now cheaper than our short-term rentals. Let's dig into that a little bit more. But before we do me a favor. I want to hit 1,000 subscribers this year. If my content is good and you like it, do me a favor, like and subscribe. Hell, even tell a friend to come watch me. So if we dig a little farther into this, I went to nerdwallet.com because I trust them. They're not Wikipedia or anything like that. In fact, if you want to figure out what's the best credit card, might as well go there too. That's not a plug, they're not giving me any money, but I do use them to research my credit cards. Back to the topic. They did a survey too in the major cities across the United States for Airbnbs versus hotels. Here's what they found. On average, an Airbnb for 2 people is $125. If they look at hotels in the same cities across America, hotels are actually 33% cheaper. Airbnb must be cheaper somewhere, right? Let's look at something else. 6 people check in to 1 Airbnb, 1 big house, right? At least a 3-bedroom, 2 people per room. That actually is cheaper than renting 3 different hotel rooms. A large Airbnb that fits 6 people is on average going to cost $60 per person per night, where a hotel on average is going to cost $89 per person per night. So it is cheaper when it comes to that aspect of things, but on average they're not. Cool, I made my point, right? Airbnbs aren't as cheap as they used to be. Hell, that's not our niche anymore, right? We give experience and stuff like that. But let's talk. We're talking major cities when we're talking about these here. There are some markets that AirDNA says is unrepresented when it comes to hotels. Mountain markets, coastal markets. The hotel competition is much lower there. So in these markets, you don't have as much hotels that you have to fight with. So one of my takeaways from this, and something I'm gonna really focus on, is look at those markets where the hotel competition's not there. Another thing, if we're looking at Airbnbs and pricing and models and stuff like that, we want to be in the top 20% of Airbnbs, or the bottom 20%. I'm either the best or price the lowest, right? Well, these guys are still fine. Still those guys away. The ones that price the lowest, now you're not competing against Airbnbs too, you're competing against the hotels. So if you're in a major market and you're trying to get the lowest price point to get people in the door, and you're fighting the hotels, that's a lot of competition you have right there. So I am not gonna be in that space. I'm not in that space anyways. I don't like that space. If you are in that space, just realize you have more competition now because your price point has creeped up to hotel price points. So it boils down to, in my mind, we are no longer in the Airbnb world the cheaper alternative. We are now the destination alternative for experiences. We buy to create experiences. Do we have a really cool house? Do we have a really cool area? What's going on around that area? I'm not gonna compete with hotels. If you compete with hotels, you're gonna lose. So get yourself an experience. That's what I'm gonna do. And that's what I'm gonna be looking for. And I'm also gonna be looking for those underserved markets in the mountains. Let's say like New Hampshire, like Conway area, that doesn't have the hotel presence that the big, huge markets have. So I hope that helped you out. Remember, don't be the cheapest. Don't fight the hotels. Find those markets that maybe don't have as many hotels, but still have a large draw. See y'all later.